What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we took down Volkner, the leader of the Sunny Shore City Gym, and got ourselves the final gym badge, the Beacon Badge, which allows us to finally head off to the Pokemon League. Look at all that nice, shiny badgeness. Badgeness is not a word. That's not a thing. But yes, we can now head off to the Pokemon League. But the problem is that we need an HM to get there. So we're going to head up here really quickly. Hello there, ma'am. Who might you be? Hey, Don. What the? You went and got all 8 gym badges of Sinnoh? Ah, you. That's wicked. I envy you. But don't think you've won, because I'm going to be the toughest trainer ever. You watch me. Before I was dreaming, I just wanted to be like my dad. And now things are different. I thought about what being a trainer involves. I thought about what Pokemon are. We're going to get tougher one step at a time. Not going to challenge you to a battle now. I hate to say it, but I know you're tougher than me. But not a whole lot tougher, just a little. Our difference is about a yard? Nah, not even an inch. What I'm trying to say is that I will catch up to you in no time. If you don't hurry to the Pokemon League, I'll leave you in my wake. Was that your friend? Seeing how you two got along made me happy somehow. Must be wonderful having a friend like that. A person that you can share anything and everything with. A person you can compete with without fighting. It made me feel sort of warm seeing you two. May seem odd, but I'd like you to have this as my thanks. This isn't much, but... And there we go. We've obtained HM07. That hidden machine. It contains Waterfall. If you use it, you can get to the Pokemon League. I don't know how I should say this, but good luck. Well, thank you, Jasmine. Yes, this is the very same Jasmine that is the leader of one of the gyms back in Generation 2, back in Johto. We'll talk about what we're going to do with this Waterfall HM here in a second. But really quickly, before we do anything else, I just want to point out the Sunny Shore Market here real fast. Bronzong needs to work a little harder, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we have a whole bunch of things in here. This lady is going to give you a ribbon if your Pokemon has its effort values maxed out, which I think that might actually apply to Helena. Also Gyoja, actually. So let's see if we can get this thing. Your Roserade needs to... Okay, so not you. So I guess Gyoja's possible. We will see. I definitely need to go heal as well after that gym battle. Infernape. Nope, still not all the way there. Usually it's not until you're in the 50s anyway, if you've been training all game. But yeah, she'll give you just a little ribbon for your troubles. Talk to this one. Please allow me a little time if you will. You won't regret it. Welcome. What do you need? Okay, so if you ever wanted to get more seals for your Pokemon, or for your Pokeballs, excuse me, this is the place to do it. So you can get ones that all kind of have to do with the... just sort of the patterns of your Pokemon. So like I can get flower patterns for my Roserade if I want to, or little blue flames to add to possibly Gyoja or something like that. Smoke as well. I could get some electricity if I wanted to add that for Geist Pokeball and whatnot. And they're pretty cheap too. So this is important because you can then buy several of the same seal to sort of add the effect. This guy also has some too, I think. No, not you. How about you? Love Tetris Plaza games are great too. I'm a huge fan of the Wi-Fi Plaza. Okay, so never mind, just the one guy. I thought there were 2 that sold here. See the seal merchant there? He didn't have any seals I wanted me. Oh, that's right. His seals just change every single day. What am I saying? Sorry, jumping the gun a little bit there. But okay, so we have this Waterfall HM, but here's the problem. I really don't want to teach it to any of my team members, like at all. So what I am going to do, and after I stock up on some Max Repels here, I'm probably also going to buy myself a fair bit of full restores. I think 30 will be good to go for now. Let's do... Should I just do the rest in full restores? Sure, pretty much. Why not? 30 full restores should be more than enough to carry us through the rest of the game on top of the hyper potions that we already have. I need to do some finagling here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end up taking Cut off of Bucky and giving that to Squawks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Waterfall on Bucky. And Bucky is obviously going to be traveling with us to Victory Road, which means that I'm going to need to put a Pokemon away in my PC. That is probably going to be... it's a tough one, honestly. I was going to say probably Geist, but none of this really matters anyway. Because here's the deal, okay? The Elite Four in this game, man, they are a jump. Like a really serious jump. It doesn't seem immediate when you fight the first member of the Elite Four, but as you start to work your way up, they jump up several levels at a time. Now, it's absolutely still doable. I'm not about to say that it isn't, but I always generally try to get at least 3 to 5 more levels on my Pokemon before I fight the Elite Four once I get to that point. So whoever I leave behind is just going to have a little bit more catch up to do, which is fine. None of that's going to be stuff that I do on screen anyway. In fact, what I'm almost going to do, I'm almost positive that I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to fight a bunch of trainers here in the Pokemon League. I don't think any of them can have the Versus Seeker used on them, but whatever. And then I'm going to probably end up backtracking to areas where I can use the Versus Seeker, and then I'm just going to continue trying to work them up until they're at a certain point. I'm shooting, personally, for around level 53-ish, 54-ish for the entire team. So I would leave Triton behind because he's the most overleveled right now, but the problem is we kind of need his Surf. So I'm going to probably end up leaving behind... I just want to leave behind a Pokemon I haven't left behind all that much before. Probably, honestly, Era. But we obviously need to do some finagling around. I need to get rid of some HMs and whatnot, so I'll keep her on me for the time being. But when we actually head towards the League... that's when I'll kind of leave her behind, if that's okay. I think that should work out. I also do have a couple of rare candies that I can use as well, and I think there might be a few more rare candies for us to go get on the way to... or on the way through the Pokemon League, on the way through Victory Road. So, yeah, I'm going to meet you all back here in just a moment, actually at the edge of Sunyshore City, and then we can start surfing our way towards... well, actually, what am I saying? Sorry, forget all that. Sorry, what we're actually going to be doing, my bad, is we're going to actually be doing just a little bit of backtracking with our waterfall in tow. And we're going to be going after a few items that are still left over. There's an item on Route 208 we can get, some on Route 210, and also a few more in Mount Coronet over in that same main waterfall room that was... pretty much an area we just kind of bypassed our first time through. So, yeah, we'll work on all of that. Just hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, first stop, Route 208. So let's be quick about this. I'm going to just jump between each and every single one. We're going to start off with the Max Repel really quickly, and we're just going to head all the way up this way, then down over here, right to the bottom area. You see that waterfall over there? We're just going to be making our way up that. I've already taught it to Bucky, so we should be fine. We're going to go all the way over this way. And the reason we're going to want to have Bucky with us for the entirety of Victory Road as well is because, well, it's kind of necessary given that we also need things like Rock Climb, Rock Smash, and things of that nature. So this is the only item here is just this one Carbos, but I did want to kind of show this off. All right, on to Route 210. We're going to go to the northern area closest to Celestic Town. Okay, this next one is a little bit more complicated. Also remember to bring a Pokemon that has Defog with you if you don't want to be doing this entire thing blind. Not that it's that difficult, but yeah, you're definitely going to want to pay attention. So we're going to use this first, and we are actually going to be using the dowsing machine here, but this is, I do believe, the waterfall we're after. Yes, there it is. Let's take a look. It is right around here somewhere. If I can actually face it properly. I know it's close here. But where it the problem is it doesn't tell me exactly. No, stop. I want look down. Thank you. Okay, not there either. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. I'm checking it. There it is. We got ourselves the Meadow Plate. Text engraved on the back of the plate. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Okay, so that is the one for grass types. Now we're going to head back into the water, and what we're going to do now is go all the way down again. And we're going to want to climb this next waterfall, but no, don't worry, it's not like right up here at the top like the Meadow Plate was. It's actually, you can actually see it as you enter this route again from the Celestic Town side. It's just kind of sitting there down on the ground. You're going to want to go down here and then up onto this. You'll find yourself a Wave Incense, which is another incense. This one increases the damage of water-type moves. Yet another alternative to things like the Mystic Water and whatnot. So there's way too many of those, if I'm being honest, for water types, but there are also a lot of water types across the game. Okay, now back to this area. I know we're kind of going right back to Route 208, but it is the easiest way to get to that part of Mount Coronet. Okay, we are here in the first outside section. Now remember that you're going to want to rock climb your way up, but we're going to head inside the eastern cave entrance, not the western cave entrance, which is the way to continue up the summit. So head on over here, and what we're going to want to do is just surf right this way. I want to say is there also an item that I left over here? I thought there was, but maybe I actually went back and grabbed it. Let's go up the waterfall. And there is going to be one up top here. Let's see. Yep, actually everything is inside here. Okay, so there is a rock in the center. This is going to have the stone plate, which is for rock types, obviously. Two beings of time and space set free from the original one. Dawn put the snowplate in the item's pocket. Those two beings are actually related to these two items. Let's grab this one first. This is the Adamant Orb, and over on the right is its cousin, the Lustrous Orb. The Adamant Orb is the signature held item of the Pokemon Dialga, and it boosts the power of Dragon and Steel-type moves by 20%. It is also required for you to go and re-battle Dialga at the Spear Pillar in the post-game. Dialga is going to be level 70. When you rebattle it, you need to take this to the Spear Pillar to actually do that. The Lustrous Orb is the same thing, but for Palkia, boosting Dragon and Water-type moves by 20%. Same thing applies. Take it to the Spear Pillar if you want to catch yourself a Palkia. In later games, these would have even more utility, but for now, this is really all they're for. They are kind of linked to them, and you are expected to kind of leave those items on those Pokemon at all times, especially after you catch them. It just makes them more powerful. And what could you possibly ask for more with a legendary than more power? So there you go. That is everything we can get with our new Waterfall HM. Time to head back to Sunny Shore, and I will put the entire team in order, and then we can proceed on over to the Pokemon League. All right, and here goes, everybody. Let's do this thing. Into the water we go. This is a very long vertical route that we're going to be making our way through. And, of course, the second I get into the water, one of my Max Repels wears off. That's hilarious. All right, let's do this thing. So, there is actually, I want to say, an item, like, right off the bat here that we're going to want to grab. Indeed there is. It is right there, a little heart scale. We will take that. There is another heart scale somewhere on this route, but again, I'm not really hurting to get things like that. There are only two things I want on this route in particular. One of them is a TM, and the other is a rare candy, so I'll be going after those. You know, I was thinking about I actually might not end up grinding my team any more than what we can get just out of the current routes here, because we're going to be getting quite a bit of experience here and in Victory Road as well. So hopefully this is more than enough. I don't know. 50, I think, is where I would feel comfortable at, especially because we will be getting levels with the Elite Four at least a little bit as we go through them. But obviously that remains to be seen how comfortable I'll be feeling, because I do have probably, I would say, 4 out of my 6 Pokemon that I feel aces about. But then there's 2 of them I'm pretty darn cagey about, and I don't know. This team was definitely not the most thought put into it, but again, I was avoiding a lot of my comfort picks on purpose, which kind of led to me picking a couple of stinkers, and I do feel a little bit bad about that, but at the same time, what are you switching to? You're just giving me a free hit. Okay. I mean, thanks. Might still be a one-shot, honestly. Not going to complain about that, but what the heck is that about? All right. Well, anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, there's a couple stinkers. Honestly, really, Era might be the only one that I would consider a stinker. Like, if I look at the rest of my team, I'm kind of happy with the rest of it, honestly. Like, Triton's the next weakest link, I think. Maybe him, maybe Gong Gong, but honestly, I've been loving using Triton. So probably Gong Gong, honestly, but Bronzon's such a good Pokemon that I don't know. I still don't feel bad about it at all in the slightest. It's really just Drifblim that's like got me as this big hang up, but there weren't really a lot of flying type options that fit within the parameters of what I said. So whatever, right? Anyway, on this route, you can catch yourself Mantike. I think this is the first area you can actually get Mantike. You also need to have a Remoraid if you want to evolve it into Mantine. It just needs to be in your party. But Mantike is a pretty solid Pokemon, while Mantine in particular is a pretty solid Pokemon if you can get your hands on one. Water and Flying type, which makes it extra susceptible to electric type moves, obviously, but does negate its weakness to grass types. The usual water type weakness to grass types, excuse me. It can learn some really interesting stuff too along the way, so that's pretty nice. Getting things like Psybeam and Signal Beam and whatnot can be pretty darn awesome. Not to mention, of course, Wing Attack, which is a little bit weird, or Bounce is actually even more interesting. Although, I don't think physical attacking is its strong suit. No, it's not. It only has a base physical attack of 40. Its special attack is 80, and its special defense is where it really shines. So, I mean, it's a solid Pokemon, but it's also not like, even on this route, it is not the water Pokemon I would go for first, because you also have Tentacruel as an option, which I think is probably around the same level of good. Pelipper, which, okay, that's weaker, but then you got Magikarp, and Gyarados is certainly better, and then Octillery, I would also argue, is a little bit better than Mantine, even if it is just a monotype. So I don't know. It's amongst water types. It's like very middle of the road. It's average. It's not going to set your world on fire. And it's also not going to douse that fire either very well. So what are you going to do? But yeah, we got a lot of trainers here in this area. This is, like I said, this is a big vertical route. And on it, there are, yeah, just a ton. This is actually the place you're going to want to spam the Versus Seeker. Because in Victory Road, none of those Pokemon are actually, or sorry, none of those trainers can be fought again via the Versus Seekers, so you're only going to get one shot with those, although those trainers are significantly stronger than the trainers we're going to be fighting here. You're going to find Pokemon up in the 50s in that particular area. So, okay, double battle on our hands. I just don't want to use Gyoja here. I'll save Gyoja for Victory Road itself. He'll be a lot better off in there. So yeah, this route and then Route 222 before Sunny Shore are the two places to spam your Versus Seekers to really train your Pokemon before you get to the Elite Four, if need be. Like I said, I'm thinking, I said before 53, I think I'm more leaning on like level 50-ish, if possible, going in. I think that should be more than sufficient for my purposes, at the very least. Okay. You two will be super easy. This is going to be a cakewalk of a fight right here. Not too worried about this one. They're just going to be throwing some really simple... Actually, I think... Okay, never mind. Both of them actually have a couple really good Pokemon after this. They're just throwing out some weaklings to start, which, yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Whatever. It's a little bit of a waste of my time, but, you know, what are you going to do? So now goes Meryl. And I believe this... the one with Meryl is going to throw out Golduck next, maybe Wingull. And then the other one is definitely going to throw out either Octillery or Pelipper. And there is Octillery. Okay, that's some experience right there. And Wingull, because I'm sure they're going to try to get some wing attacks off on my... let me focus on you. On my Helena here. You know, I was going to say, I thought I was going to get access to another Grass-type move, a Grass-type TM here soon, but maybe not until the post-game, actually? I thought it was in the... before that, but I don't know. Because there's a TM for Energy Ball that I really wanted to give Helena, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. Giga Drain and Petal Dance more than get the job done. Energy Ball was just going to be a little bit more consistency than something like Petal Dance, which I really haven't been using like at all anyway, so what do I even care? But all right, on to Pelipper, which is an easy one-shot. I'll just use Shockwave on that thing. I'm not even going to bother with a Thunderbolt. And then we will switch on over to Giga Drain again. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll do Giga Drain. Well, should I do Petal Dance? Let's do Petal Dance. Yeah, because guys should go first. Because I don't know if the Giga Drain is going to one-shot this Golduck, but Petal Dance should. So, Petal Dance almost certainly should, I should say. So let's see what it does. All right, good experience, good experience. Petal Dance. Come on now. Be a one-shot. Base power of 90 with stab damage. That's really freaking high. Pushing 300 total damage. There we go. Woo! My goodness. That is insane. Absolutely insane. What is that? 135? 270 base power with the super effectiveness. That's more than enough. There we go. Okay, we're continuing to work on Geist as we go through here. Another trainer up this way. Oh, there's an item over there, and I definitely want that. Although I got to figure out how to get over to it, though. But here we go. All right, what do you have? You just have one. That is a Tentacruel. So you actually might survive one Thunderbolt with the special defense that you're packing. We will see. That's okay. Here we go. Come on. No, just barely. Just barely. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just do a Shockwave to kind of finish that off. We're good. And there is only, I say only, there are 7 more trainers left on this route. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to call this an episode anyway because we're pretty much done here. I want to just figure out what this item is really quickly, and I think then I'll call it. Level 47. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. I think we can get Geist to like level 49 or 50 by the end of this route. I'll be happy. Happy camper. Can I squeeze through there? Ooh, hold on. This seems like this goes further down. Let's see. Ah, here we go. There is a way through. But it was all the way over to the left. And we got ourselves TM18 Rain Dance, which, well, you know what Rain Dance does. It causes rain to start, which allows thunder to elevate to 100% accuracy and doubles the power of all water moves while having the power of all fire moves in play for 5 turns. This can be extended with something like a Damp Rock that will increase that to 8 turns. So there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. I hope you enjoyed it very, very much. In the next episode, we're going to continue our way through Route 223, seeing if we can get to the end of it. I don't know 100% if we will, because, man, there are so many trainers on this route. I will do my best. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.